Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be building a cottage that, although I don't know if it's structurally like a cottage, it certainly looks like one. And that is because I based it off a reference picture or two that I found off Google. So today I wasn't sure if I was going to actually do voiceover, like, you know, all your favorite Sims speed builders. But it's either talk over the video or find royalty-free music that occupies 22 minutes, which is, I think, the length of this video. It's kind of intimidating, to be frank, as someone who kind of struggles with talking. I don't know. Anytime I hear myself in recording, it just sounds really weird. But that's like everyone, right? And not just me. Okay, right now I'm working on the exterior. I didn't rotate. I kind of moved down the lot. I'm building this in Brindleton Bay, actually. I can't exactly see the title of the lot, but I think it's something way. Headquarter, I don't know. I can put in the description. Anyways, I bought Cottage Living because it's on sale. And I was gonna build in Cottage Living. I was actually building a house in Cottage Living, like recording all of that, but my gosh. A 50 by 40 lot is so intimidating. I like to stick to my 20 by 15, 20 by 20, 30 by 20. And I didn't want to bulldoze any of the existing houses because I was building it for my sim. Because I bought Cottage Living, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just have a sim, play through the whole Cottage Living expansion. And I ended up having my sim marry, oh, what's his name? Something Lobo. He's from City Living and he lives in like this huge apartment. Anyways, I married him for money, of course, as most people do, I assume. And she was currently on, I think it's a 20 by 15? No, 30 by 20 lot up on the hill in Henford on Bagley, the Cottage Living world. And I'm like, you know, I have all this money. I should upgrade my house. And you know, now that I've started this channel, I'm like, oh, I should just record everything I do. Because that's what Simsy does, and, you know, idle. Anyways. When I build houses, I've realized the order that I build the houses in, there's not really much order to it, to be honest. I'm kind of all over the place, but generally interior and then exterior, but then I usually get lazy on the exterior because I still struggle with landscaping. You know, which is, you know, it's just fair. I mostly build like interiors and exteriors, and usually when I build off reference pictures like this one, and as soon as I finish making the front of the house look exactly like the picture, I'm like, damn, do I gotta finish the rest of this? The answer is yes, I do. Wow, it is so easy to ramble. Okay, I can do this for the next 16 minutes. Anyways, back to the build. I finished the interior. No, I finished the floor plan in the general exterior of the house. I'm putting down flooring because I don't like building on the gray concrete. Because, you know, sometimes the colors, when I add flooring, I'm like, well, now what flooring do I use? And the wood flooring is from Cottage Living, and wow, I was gonna use the cats and dog flooring, but I've been using that a lot. So I'm like, you know, the cottage living wood flooring isn't too bad. And the tile, okay, it's like the rusty, sorry, it's not rusty, it's that busty dusty StrangerVille flooring, which, you know, if you don't have StrangerVille, you can just replace it with the regular base game tile. But I don't know, ever since I got StrangerVille, I looked at the floor and I'm like, I really want to use that, but the builds that I do, it does not call for any dirty looking flooring, which is a shame. And honestly, as I was furnishing the rest of the house, I kind of forgot that I had that flooring in the kitchen, at least. I think for the bathrooms I changed to a tile, probably. Yeah, this is what, me saying I forgot what I was talking about. Back to the build. I finished the kitchen, sorta. I got the counters, the cabinets, the tile wallpaper, which is just on one side because I thought it looked kind of weird with the windows. And now I'm just doing my classic clutter, which pertains, okay, I don't know if that, anyways, soap, paper towels, the dish, the drying rack, and the bread box. With the soap and what's the word? The paper towel being base game, and the other two being from Parenthood. You know, I wanted to do a limited pack build, kind of limited to not Parenthood, cottage living base game, and cats and dogs, but I kind of just went crazy with it. And now the only items from StrangerVille are the floors and cutting boards from the Cool Kitchen Stuff pack, which I think I add to the kitchen at the end of the build. Like I said, I'm used to like doing everything all over the place. And when I was making the channel, I was like, you know, it's kind of be not that fun to watch if I'm zipping around the build, putting like 3 items in a room and moving on to the next one. I mean, I'm trying to do it room by room, but I think it's turned into a floor by floor, which, you know, for a 2-story build, it's, you know, not that bad. But when I do my 1-story builds, man, I'm adding things all over the place. As you can see, I'm back in the kitchen now, and I sort of finished the living room and the dining so far. I say sorta because I just keep adding stuff, like that clock. I keep seeing it in the catalog and I'm like, you know, I should use it instead of having one of the big base game clocks. And now I'm working on the bathroom. I know Evelyn Sims, another one of my so-called idols, doesn't care for the bathrooms, and I'm like, you know, I would cut out bathrooms too. But I am new to editing, new to recording, new to everything, basically. And I don't have the patience to go in through the footage and be like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna cut. Because also, okay, whenever I cut footage, the transitions don't turn out well. Which is, you know, to be expected, new to everything, right? I don't know, whenever I watch speed builds, they always make their footage look very seamless, smooth, something I'm trying to achieve. Yeah, like I started furnishing this bedroom, which is what I want to call a teen's bedroom. Um, just because it doesn't have an, just because it doesn't have an ensuite, nor is it the largest room in the house. And then I went to put a piano in the other room, which I originally was going to make a bedroom, but I'm like, do I really want to furnish another bedroom? I kind of struggle with clutter. I usually have the bare necessities and I'm like, you know, this is fine. This is fine. So I just put a piano in there because I think a bunch of old houses would have a piano. Not a baby grand piano like this one. Maybe an upright piano. Or they just do. Because they... Oh my gosh. That poster that I left on the wall. I was looking through my screenshots. And I was thinking to myself, no, I have to go back in there and delete that. Because it looks so out of place. Oh my gosh. Honestly, this type of style I'm not used to. I'm usually building a more suburban, more modern houses. Okay, not modern, just not this kind of old-timey style. I mean, it's not even that old, right? It's like, well, it's like a farmhouse. Oh, suddenly I've finished the first floor of the house. Good job, me. I mean, the house itself is pretty small, and I divided it into like room by room instead of having an open floor plan, just to make it easier. Yeah, another bathroom. It's not really the same. Oh my gosh, I didn't even change the tile. That was for another build. Okay. Bad memory, me. Honestly, with the window in the bathrooms, I don't know what to add. Besides basic toilet paper, a mirror, maybe like a rug occasionally. And the little cabinet above the toilet. It's not a cabinet, is it? I don't know. I like adding it. I would either add that cabinet thing or a picture. And for this type of build, I don't know if the packs that I have a lot of artwork that makes sense to be in the house. That would probably, sorry, not probably, that definitely explains why I don't have a lot of artwork in the house. And you know, as I was taking the screenshots, I noticed it looked a little empty. But hey, it's fine to me, so it should be fine for everyone else. So we're in the master bedroom, and I left the computer here, and I hope it's a computer, because I haven't used that item for actual gameplay yet. I was like, well, I can't put, you know, a modern baked brick computer in here. So I opted for that cottage living typewriter thing. I also added an easel. Not the regular cheap one, but like a more interesting looking easel. Just because I like having gameplay items. And that is something I took from Little Simsy. Oops. At least I'm being honest. And onto the child's bedroom. You see, for this one, I originally wanted to make it yellow, but then these cats and dog curtains, they have like little stars on the drapes, and I was like, I have to use it. I'm sorry. Because I also, okay, I have this favorite rug to use in like my kids' rooms. It's base game. And it's the specific swatch that I use in this room. I don't know when it'll come up, but when it does, just know it's my favorite. I think it looks so cute. And it was blue to match, see, there it is. It was blue to match the bed, the wardrobe, and the curtains. As for the artwork of that room, I remember seeing a tweet, some sort of post where it's like, you know, for my kids' rooms, I always like to use these little decals, and you know, they don't see very many other people using it. And I'm like, you know, I was thinking about that, so I guess I should start doing it for the rest of my builds, and now I do. Also, let me just say, first time building a nursery. The walls look a little empty, but the room itself is very small, and like 3 of the walls are covered by windows and doors. Yeah. So once I had the curtains, I thought it looked cozy and kind of full, but going through screenshots, of course it doesn't. Yeah, which is fine. I don't really like when things are super cluttered. It makes me feel frazzled. And, you know, it's just my personal taste. Oh yeah, that thing in the hallway, that's... what is it? I don't know. Another storage thing for bathroom stuff. And I'm like, it looks a little weird between the 2 doors, so I just deleted it. And now, I'm back to working on the exterior. I'm adding the flower boxes because I thought, if cottage living comes with flower boxes, I might as well use them. And it, you know, kind of dresses up the house a little, seeing as I didn't do much to the back. Oops. Anyways. I've added some trees. I don't know, I realized every time I build, the orders is very something. Excuse me. Okay, I know I built this in Brindleton Bay, but I really wanted it to have like all the cottage living stuff. If it, you know, if it wasn't that obvious with the whole roof and the brick of the actual house. So I have 2 chicken coops because is it a barn or stable? Anyways, for the cows and the llamas, it didn't fit on the lot. And it's a 30 by 20 lot. So I opted for chickens and some plots of something. Plots of farmable land. I don't know what it's called in game. Let me just, in my defense, I just bought Cottage Living, so I'm not that familiar with the names of the objects. Oh yes. How many attempts am I gonna have at dressing up the fence? Landscaping is always the hardest part for me. And I wanted to build this during fall, because I have seasons. You know, it's on a little late. It's November 3rd, 3:32 in the morning. I don't think it's late for some sort of fall build. Never mind the time that I just said, because that's irrelevant. Yeah. Simlissy, another creator that I idolize. I remember she uses like this cottage living debug grass sometimes around her fences, and I'm like, you know, clever. So I added it to mine. Originally, I wasn't gonna add it, but then as I started placing, I'm like, okay, I might as well just continue all the way through. And now the whole fence is done. And I'm back scrolling through debug, trying to figure out what to do to the front of this house. I really didn't want to bother doing it around the entire house, so I just opted for in front of the two windows on... You'll see. It's like a planter box? Is that what you call it? I don't think so. I just caged in the flowers. Debug, by the way. The flowers, the yellow ones. Cottage living debug. The little fence thingies. Cottage living debug. I really wanted to add it. What? I really wanted to add ivy, but I wasn't sure if I could add ivy to the house and not have it clip. Wow, 20 minutes. I think I'm doing better than expected. Am I nearing the end? I'm not sure. Let me... Oh! Uh-oh. This is a... Okay. I hope there isn't a gap to the audio. Well, I can just cut it early. Add some music. Okay, I guess I do have to add music to the end, just so there's something to listen to besides silence as the video ends. Okay. At this point, I'm still working on the exterior. The chessboard. I totally forgot that I wanted to add a chessboard to the outside. I didn't know where to put it. And then more finishing touches. Little rocks, a little not a feather, flower to the trees. You know, I have taken that tip to heart from the many Sims, Twitter videos, TikToks that I've come across. And, you know, it does look nice. I was thinking of adding bushes to the back, but I was like, nah, I'm good. And here we are at the end of the video. We are now at screenshots. Please enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye.